Hey guys, welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama because it's the drama that never stops. Now, it seems like Kyle Richards is shading Crystal's 14 friend fallout as a red flag, and she's, saying that she knows some of them. She's also joking about the reunion and how some of the women want to get sick before the actual reunion, which is strange, but I guess I wouldn't want to be at a reunion either if people were coming with receipts to rip me apart. And she's giving us what she told her daughters, like what kind of advice she gave them ahead of their Netflix debut. So there's a lot to break down, but before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Kyle Richards was taken a little aback when it came to Crystal Kung Minkoff when she learned that she had suffered a falling out with 14 of her friends. Now, thank you to Reality Blurb for all of the information, but I do want to say this really quick before we jump in. It seems like Kyle Richards does not like Crystal Kung Minkoff. I don't know why yet, but we see some moments where she might have a couple of drinks, like at Garcelle's birthday party, and she gives us her real feelings on some of the women. For example, at Garcelle's birthday party, after she interjected in the conversation with Sutton and Diana, she went back over and told the women how exhausting that conversation was and said that Sutton's crying, she's always crying. So I think that she's very calculated with how she says and what she says on the show, but sometimes after a little bit of liquid courage, it seems like things just spill out. After Lisa Rinna and Sutton Stracke discussed the issue on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, with Sutton suggesting that Crystal, who has since reconciled with the majority of the 14, had a reputation for having issues within her circle. Kyle admitted to viewing the news about her co-star that it was a bit of a red flag. But Crystal did address this, saying that it wasn't 14, it was actually 3 of them. The rest of them I've been talking with. And sometimes people aren't necessarily happy for you when you're moving up or you're successful. She almost alluded to it being about the fact that she was hired onto the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and some people in her social circles were not happy about that. I can see that. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here only because Crystal Kung Minkoff is getting a lot of crap this season, but I feel like for Crystal, what she's saying, I get that. We all have people in our lives where if they see that you get, a new job, or they see that you're coming up in something or you're doing better than them, they might sit there and smile in your face, but they will also, not everyone, but some of them, there's always one, will go behind your back and talk about it. And they'll talk about you and they'll rip you apart. And this is just the world that we live in. So I'm sure in Beverly Hills and in the social circles that it's no different. Now, she said, I heard about it because I know some of the people, a lot of them actually. That's what Kyle told Insider. So I had heard about it, but I never thought, you never know why. So that's what was going through my head. I always give the benefit of the doubt, but it's still a little bit of a red flag. Kyle also seemed to think that it was a red flag that Crystal had alluded to Sutton saying something dark during the season 11 chat about race, even though she never actually revealed what the dark thing was. On Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we know that Crystal suggested it was a comment that Sutton made about her diverse pool parties, but while appearing on Watch What Happens Live, she did suggest that that wasn't actually the comment. It was something much worse, but she wasn't going to share it with the audience because her and Sutton have since talked about it. They've, gone over it. She held Sutton accountable. Sutton apologized, so she wants to move forward, and she doesn't obviously want to rip apart Sutton's reputation on national television. That's what I'm getting out of this. But I have seen some comments on social media where people are like, well, I don't think that there was anything dark said to begin with, or else she would have actually said it, and don't put out things and have people kind of speculate without giving us the full facts or receipts of what that comment could have been. However, with Sutton, the only thing I have to say here is she hasn't responded saying, after Crystal made that Watch What Happens Live appearance, she did respond on the show saying, the only thing I can think of is the diverse pool parties. But after she made the statement on Watch What Happens Live, Sutton did not respond to that, saying, no, that's not true. She just left it alone. She wants this to obviously die down. And I think that Crystal is letting that happen for her. She was, and this is coming from Kyle, I was like, this is kind of like the same thing that I was hearing from these people, which is why I was a little more vocal about what she was doing. I was like, yeah, this is not the first time you're doing this. And Kyle's reflecting on this whole situation with Crystal, saying it's so funny. She went on Watch What Happens Live and said it was something way worse. And I'm like, now you're doing it again. Trust me, if there was something worse, they would have used it. They don't do us any favors on the Housewives. And other Real Housewives of Beverly Hills news, Kyle joked during an appearance on the morning, I guess it's called The Morning on Monday, via Daily Mail, that she and some of her castmates hope to contract the pandemic, the C word, which we can't say on here due to obviously the algorithm, before last fall's season 11 reunion, so they'd get out of the grueling taping. You've got to carry it out until the very end. And for all of us, just the night before, the amount of stress, the amount of excuses, I think some are praying to get the C word or something so they don't have to show up. Now, prior to reunion tapings, Kyle said that she likes to get a massage, go to bed early, and meditate, saying that she does whatever she can to get through the reunion days. We are on a sofa for 12 hours and it's brutal, so awkward, and sometimes you don't speak to each other after. She also said that we're sisters, it's complicated, but we're blood, and we always come back together when it comes to, well, when it came to her and Kathy Hilton. As for her oldest daughters, Farrah and Alexia, joining Netflix's Buying Beverly Hills with her husband, Maurizio, which makes me kind of think with Selling Sunset, Ryan Sternhardt's new show that is allegedly coming out. And then we have Selling, I know that my friend's working on Selling San Diego. And then we have Buying Beverly Hills. I think that $1 Million Listing is a dying franchise because we know that they just put New York on pause, right? But I feel like Beverly Hills is next because Netflix is coming through with the real estate shows. And I'm sure this one will be just as good. Kyle said that she can't believe that the girls are headed to reality TV, especially due to the fact that she was so against the idea not long ago. As for her advice, Kyle said that she told her daughters, always stay true to yourself. If you're not comfortable, just say, I will not, ever say or do anything that is not true to who I am, which is great advice. If you're going to go on reality TV, you have to make sure that you are, comfortable. Stay true to yourself. Don't try to premeditate, pre-orchestrate, or pre-produce a situation because the fans, especially after the pandemic, who watch can read right through all of the BS, and you're not doing yourself any favors. So I agree with Kyle on this. I almost wonder too, if this show's a success, if Kyle will end up moving her family into sort of their own show and segueing off of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But Kathy Hilton did kind of tease that her and Kyle might be able to get Kim Richards to come back on the show. And if they do that, then I can see a few more seasons under Kyle's belt. Guys, I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinion, especially with the ratings though. So go ahead and comment below, give me your unfiltered opinions. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time, especially on Monday. Monday is Hot Messy Topics and also our new segment for members only. Nothing taken away from the channel if you're not a member, but if you are members, we want to do something special where it's more personal, a different setting, and it's called Let's Whine About It. So hopefully we see you at 7 p.m. on Monday. Love you guys. Happy Saturday. Bye.